everybody, this is Tim W. Leathertachi 1996, and welcome to the next episode of Season 4 of Godzilla Effects. And this week we have the second chapter of the anime trilogy, Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle from the year 2018. And I'm sorry when I said why did I say it like that at the beginning of this video? I don't know why. I literally just caught myself. I just caught myself caught that, and I'm like, wait, what? I'm thinking like, wait, what did I just do? Anyways, yeah. Remember last week when I didn't get the poster for Planet of the Monsters that had Godzilla in it for some reason? I didn't use that one. Well, here we go. I actually found a poster that doesn't have people in it. I mean, if any of you guys remember, you guys probably saw this poster when I did the introduction video for all of Godzilla effects. So yeah, so what do you see in this poster? You see like some odd-looking buildings with guns on them, and look who's in the background. Mechagodzilla. You heard right, Mechagodzilla. A new rebirth of one of Godzilla's toughest enemies, the enemy that always kicks Godzilla's ass every time they fight. So, before this movie came out in Japan, there was a ton of toys and a ton of merch for Mechagodzilla, but sadly, he's not even in the frickin' movie. Seriously, Mechagodzilla is not even in the movie. I mean, he made a small cameo appearance in Planet of the Monsters at the very beginning of the movie. But when they were talking about when the alien race that created him, the Saludo, when they made Mechagodzilla out of nanometal. Yes, they use a Godzilla movie that uses nano stuff, like Iron Man's suit in Endgame. Excuse me. Literally every video I keep burping so much. So, here you go. This is what Mechagodzilla looks like in the anime universe, and I really love this design. It looks very, in all honesty, it looks very like Michael Bay. It looks like, I'm gonna stop saying that because I don't know why everyone calls it Bayformers. It's just Transformers, just because Michael Bay directed the first 5 movies. It's just Transformers, people, okay? Jesus. Anyway, yeah, this thing, the design of Mecha G here looks like very Transformers-ish. It looks like it could have been something from the live-action Transformers franchise, particularly the second movie, Revenge of the Fallen. But here's the thing, though. If Mechagodzilla is not really in this movie at all, literally not even in this movie, then what the heck was all this concept art for anyways? Like, seriously, what was all this concept art even done for if he's not even in the movie? But he is actually in a fan animation. I will post the link for this in the description below. There's a fan animation that somebody made that actually has Godzilla fighting the new nano metal Mechagodzilla. I watched it. Me and Akio Yuichi and we watched it after the movie because I consider it canon. I really do. I do. I know it's a fan thing, but it's good enough to watch after the movie, truly. But and also every weapon that Mechagodzilla used in that fan animation, like his head turning into a giant ray gun, the swords, the blades coming out of his back, and the guns on the sides of him, that's all in the fan animation, but I found out that all of that was actually concept art. Like, they planned for Mechagodzilla to have all those weapons on him. Like always, Mechagodzilla's a walking armory. He never runs out of ammunition. He always has weapons like no tomorrow. So yeah, the fan animation got Mechagodzilla very accurate. The flying thing, I don't know if they meant for him to do that, but the weapons, yeah, that was how Mechagodzilla was planned to have in this movie. But so it's like Mechagodzilla. Okay, he's not in the movie, but the nanometal is. So it's like he's in the movie without being directly in the movie, I guess. But and I'm gonna make this really corny joke out of it now. They said in the movie that Mechagodzilla's head, the artificial intelligence, is what is still controlling the nanometal. So I guess that's using your head. Yes, I had to make that joke just to get it out of the way. Anyways, on to the movie itself. Now, I'm telling you now, these pictures are going to be very out of sequence again, so I apologize for that. And here again, the Servum eating their larva. Yeah, we're introduced to a new monster. Like the baby Servum start out as larvae before growing into full-grown adults. But there's like one scene where some adults come down and they start eating the larva. And once again, great detailing on them. Once again, really great detailing on the Servum. And here, once again, you have Godzilla Earth. And this is towards the end of this is towards like the end of the movie when he goes burning mode, where once again they do this whole elaborate planning. I don't know what it is in Planet of the Monsters and City on the Edge of Battle here. The plans to get rid of Godzilla, they do this whole plan that actually works, surprisingly, but then Godzilla does overpowered, just gets super OP and just starts obliterating everything. So yeah, so this is towards the end of the movie where you get this amazing shot of Godzilla going burning mode after they blow his back off. Literally, they blow his back plates off and you think he's dead, but nope, he comes back, he regrows his back plates, and I have a separate screenshot for that way later in this video, and like I said, these pictures are out of sequence, so yeah. So yeah, I'm very sorry about that. And here's like when he rises back up and he shoots his atomic breath at Mechagodzilla City, it's called. It's the nanometal over 20,000 years evolved so heavily that it turned into a city, into a self-thinking city. And Mechagodzilla's artificial intelligence is what controls the city. I don't know, the Bill Saluto, the way they explain it is really interesting. But I gotta tell you, the special effects, and I didn't get on the special effects so much. I'm really sorry, I'm ranting about Mechagodzilla so much. But I'm sorry, I've never done that before. But the special effects in this movie, compared to Planet of the Monsters, are way better. There's a lot more well done explosions. This movie has so many explosions, and the effect for the nanometal building stuff is really good. It actually makes sense. But I will say there's only one effects con I was able to find with this movie, and that's coming up in the next screenshot. As cool as this movie is, and everything is well detailed, and for an anime, once again, the special effects in this movie are awesome. There's just one issue that I had with this movie, and that's coming up here in like 10 seconds, because it's just why Godzilla? Why did they make your atomic breath? Oh my god! Oh, look at this! Just why? Why is his atomic breath coming out of his nose? No, why is it coming? Why? It's not. Why is it coming out of here instead of here? Why here? It's supposed to come out of his mouth. Oh my god. I don't understand. Why is it coming out of his schnot? Out of his schnot. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why is it coming out of his nose instead of his mouth? Because in Planet of the Monsters, Phileas shot it out of his mouth. Why is it coming out of his nose? I don't know. It's just, Usually when Godzilla shoots his atomic breath, it's really, it's a really quick shot and you don't notice where it's coming from, but towards the end, you see it. Oh, sorry about that, I was yawning. Towards the end, you see it come out of his nose. Oh, and then also, apparently Mothra is, apparently now Mothra is, well, I've known Mothra is in the anime universe, but here you have the Shobiji, or the Mothra twins, and except this time they're the size of a regular person, which is different. Like, oh, well, fine. It's like finally the Mothra twins are the size of regular people. And here they are fighting against fighting against a servum. This is before all that madness with Godzilla that you saw in the last few screenshots. And The Sky Falls by Zai, yes, that's the official theme song in this movie that they play in the credits. So yeah, and once again, I don't know, everything except Godzilla's atomic breath coming out of his nose. I'm sorry, just everything about this movie. Okay, I dare somebody who has a lot of time on their hands, I dare somebody to count and actually post it on their YouTube channel and send it to me in one of my videos. I dare somebody count how many times I burp throughout this entire series, from season 1, episode 1 to now. Or no, actually, to when I finish, when I get to Godzilla King of the Monsters. I dare somebody do a burp count on how many times I burp throughout this series. I dare somebody, because I do that a lot and I really don't mean to, but I noticed I've done it a lot, so I'm really sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, that's just a little challenge I dare somebody to do. Anyway, now, once again, here we have a great shot of Godzilla Earth, and he looks really mean. And everything about this movie, except the atomic breath out of the nose thing, I don't know why he does that. It's supposed to come out of his mouth. But once again, he has great detail on his skin. It actually looks a lot more detailed than Planet of the Monsters. Truly, they put a little more detail on him, which I really like. And I don't know, this movie is just, it feels, special effects wise, it feels far superior than Planet of the Monsters, because Planet of the Monsters, yeah, it had explosions and good effects, like the canyon being blasted and all, but this movie is all about, it's all about technology. Everything with Mechagodzilla. Every time they do a movie with Mechagodzilla, they always talk about being tech heavy on life or whatever. So yeah, this movie gets all about that, and then that opens up for a lot of great effects. That opens up for a lot of great effects work, and also then you have the effect of Godzilla doing his shield before he uses his atomic breath, and it looks really cool. I love how the shield looks. It's a great piece of CG effects work. Like I said about Planet of the Monsters, like it's the same thing. For an anime, the special effects in this movie are awesome. The effects are super cool, especially this. And there's another great piece of effects work after, right when Godzilla shoots his atomic breath at Mechagodzilla City, where the city deflects his atomic breath and it goes in like 8 different directions, and it shoots at the valley walls around the city, and starts blowing everything up. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. And then you have like, there's this one great piece of effects work that I sadly don't have a screenshot for. Oh, and here's Godzilla. Before I get to that, here's Godzilla when he gets back. This is before all that madness you saw at the beginning of this video, when he stands up and his roar. The sound effects for him once again are awesome, because he makes the roar he does here is he does a 1990s roar. He does a roar from the second franchise, from the Heisei era. So he does that, and then the other sound effects he does the 2003 sounds. He has the 2003 roar, the 2003 growls. So it's cool that they use original sounds for Godzilla's roar. But yeah, it's just that when Godzilla goes burning mode, it just seemed like this Godzilla is like a little too overpowered. Yeah, see, here's what his backplates look like before that last screenshot when he grows his plates back. It's just crazy. Everything about when he walks into Mechagodzilla City and they try to trap him by trying to blow him up again like they did with Phileas in the last movie. That's where all the special effects just go crazy because there's explosions, more explosions, and explosions. Oh, and did I mention there's explosions? Because there's a lot of explosions. Like, they have the nanometal, they program it to make rail guns to shoot at Godzilla, which is cool enough, and then, which is awesome, and then, when Godzilla gets back up, after getting his back plates blown off, he regrows them, and then he stands up, and he unleashes his atomic breath on Mechagodzilla City, just blowing up everything in front of, just basically obliterating it. And in this, see, you can see in the screenshot, it's just awesome. Like, they put a lot of time and effort into this movie, and I really enjoy that. It's just his atomic breath comes out of the wrong part of his face. It's supposed to come out that mouth of his, that big gaping mouth, and not his nose. That's my only problem that I have with this. That's my only problem that I have with this movie. So, that's why for my score on this movie, I'm giving this a 9.5 out of 10. I'm giving this a 9.5 out of 10 because his atomic breath is coming out of the wrong place. So that's the only other reason. Other than that, I mean, yeah, the fact that Mechagodzilla is not directly in this movie. I mean, it is. The head is, or the remains of Mechagodzilla is in the movie, but not the monster directly. So it is interesting. So it's like Mechagodzilla is in the movie, but not directly in the movie. So it's just really interesting that they overhyped him so much, and yet he's really not even in it. And he's in the fan animation, but not in the movie itself. So yeah, look, another great effect shot right here. Look at this. This is after he just annihilates Mechagodzilla City, and he's just standing in the flames, showing that he is truly king of the earth right now. So yeah, this movie, quite literally, whenever Godzilla shows up, it's one great piece of effects work after another with this movie, just like it was with Planet of the Monsters, but this movie has a lot more amazing effect shots, especially like with the explosions. Yeah, every movie that has Mechagodzilla in it, there's always more explosions than there would be in any other Godzilla movie. Every time. The amount of explosions in this movie, I compare it to Terror of Mechagodzilla, actually, because that movie had a lot of explosions. That had a crap ton of explosions. Oh, and here you go. This is where Godzilla... if you notice on Godzilla's back, his back plates are gone. Yeah, that's good. Again, like I said, all the pictures are very out of sequence, and once again, I really do apologize for that. I really don't mean to get all the pictures out of sequence. I had to go on to the other source to get these screenshots again, so I'm very, very sorry about that. I really am. I truly am sorry about that. That these pictures are all out of sequence and everything. But still. And this is this scene here, it's actually a very interesting effect shot. They say in the movie that Godzilla, when he gets all of his back plates blown off. They said, like, everyone thinks he's dead, but come to find out, he is still alive, and he starts attacking them with heat, with this radioactive heat that's coming. Well, not radioactive, but it's this heat wave that comes off his body, and it starts affecting everybody, everything around him. So it's like every situation Godzilla's in, his body has a way of defending him. Like, he can defend himself. Sorry about that, folks. Sorry. He can defend himself no matter how injured he gets. So yeah, that's what I mean by the anime Godzilla is really overpowered. Like, really, he's a little too overpowered, actually. He goes God mode. I call it, like, when he stands back up and he regrows his back plates at the end of the movie, he basically goes God mode. Like, hence why there's God in his name, but I guess, I guess this movie really takes that suffix, the prefix, very seriously. Look at this. The main effects highlight is Godzilla blowing up Mechagodzilla City. I mean, it's a very short scene because he does it in no time, but it's literally the best special effects shot out of this entire movie because it shows off the detailing on his skin, and it shows off how awesomely they can do CG explosions. I mean, Godzilla has come a long way since being a guy in a suit, and it's just like the new era of Godzilla from 2014 to now. It's Godzilla is all digital. He is all CGI. I mean, in TriStar, he was all CGI, but they did use puppets. Still, they use practical effects. But I mean, nowadays, he's completely CG. No practical effects for him. Nothing. Oh, and this is an interesting scene. Actually, before I finish that, I gotta talk about this. This is a very interesting scene here with the Servum. Once again, like I said, great detail on the Servum skin. You know, the skin looks very much like Godzilla. And what I do love about this is that it's the nanometal has evolved like over 20,000 years. It has evolved so much that if anything even comes remotely near Mechagodzilla City, the nanometal in the ground reacts and kills anything that wanders too close to the city. It's like a home defense. It's like a artificial intelligence, like an AI defense system. And it does this to like 2 of the Servums, and then its whole body becomes covered in nanometal and it dies. Yeah, there's a lot of Servums that die. There's the ones that were shot down in Planet of the Monsters, and then you have a couple of them that get stabbed and shot down in this movie. And here we have Godzilla Earth before all the craziness that you've seen in this video with him. You see one just awesome detail, very bulky, very buff. He looks like he has a 6-pack. He's got pecs. Look at him. He's just so muscular in this movie. Like, dead serious. He's just very buff. Very heavy muscles and very muscular Godzilla. And once again, he moves really slow, but I guess that's more realistic that way because he's literally 1,000 feet high. I said that I said that last week. Godzilla Earth is 1,000 feet high. So yeah, the biggest Godzilla in recorded history. But it looks just so cool. He looks awesome. Like, dead serious. He just looks super cool. All the detail they have on him. I mean, he has detail on him in every single shot that he's in Planet of the Monsters and in City on the Edge of Battle here. So yeah, Godzilla City on the Edge of Battle, it's a great movie, and Godzilla fans, and once again, anime fans, same recommendation as last week, fans of both the Godzilla films and anything anime related will get a little kick out of this movie because the special effects in this movie it's really worth the watch. But like I said, my score is 9.5 out of 10 because of the ridiculous atomic breath thing. I don't know why it comes out of his nose instead of his mouth. I mean, if it was out of his mouth, it would have been cooler. Yeah, those are my thoughts on this movie, hearing and learning a couple of things. So please please hit me up a like, subscribe, and also please subscribe to Megas Dragon, my buddy, for making the logo at the beginning of this video. And then also please subscribe to the Movie Reviews Library because he's with me and my boy Alan on the movie reviews channel. So yeah, please subscribe to both of them channels, and yeah, so hit up a like on both of those channels as well. So this is Tim W. Leathertouchy 1996 signing off. Yeah. And yeah, I will see you all next week when I tackle the third and final entry in the Godzilla anime trilogy from Netflix, Godzilla Planet Eater. can't wait to watch that one. I haven't watched this in a long time. So, anyways, yeah. Peace out, everybody. See you next week when I tackle Planet Eater.